Did you know that hand dancing is a way of life in Washington, D.C.? Let's explore hand dancing as art, its old and new school styles, and its soulful expressions.
It is the main dance of Washington, D.C., and so many people have learned it over the years. I mean, when I was a little boy, I used to watch my parents and my older cousins do this dance, and it's just populated and has continued over the years.
Okay, the question is what direction? What foot do you start on first?
I grew up in Washington, D.C. hand dancing, and so I've been dancing, hand dancing since I was a teenager, probably earlier than that, because we just watched other people do it, and we did it. We weren't taught how to do it. It was just from one person down to the oldest sister to the youngest, and that's what we did.
We in hand dance have two separate styles. We have what we call the old school, and we have what we call new school. Whereas I enjoy watching old school, I'm not an old school dancer, I'm a new school dancer. So my style is a different, a slot pattern movement of smoothness.
I really don't think any of the steps are difficult to learn because they're really only two basic steps. That's your kick step and your travel step. What I think becomes difficult when you're trying to learn how to incorporate those steps into different moves. We have so many more moves now that we teach than we did when I was growing up doing hand dancing. Watching a new student get this dance is like a mother watching her newborn toddler learning to walk. You're just so impressed, especially if they seem to be getting it easily. You know, it really brings a warm tug to your heart to see that. I think hand dancing brings out well-being in everyone who does it because it's a form of exercise. And if you're like I am, I don't like jogging, I don't like running, I don't want to go to the gym. But I teach hand dance 5 nights a week. Other 2 nights, I'm somewhere hand dancing myself. We've had people to come in who have had heart attacks, strokes. The doctors have recommended that they get some form of exercise, and they have chosen hand dancing. So it helps you to lose weight, maintain weight. It's fun, not work. It's not a job. It's a lot of fun.
I see the future hand dancing just continuously populating, generating more. You see more and more individuals opening up classes in the whole area, which opens up to more society. If we had more clubs to do this in, it would be just great. But we have a limited amount of clubs, but the clubs are so overly populated when they have a dance night. So I think the future of hand dancing will continue to grow in the Washington, D.C. area.
That's a really fun piece. Joining us today is student producer Mary Bolton. Welcome.
Hi.
So that was a fun little segment about hand dancing. Can you tell us a little bit about the history? How did it get started?
Well, hand dancing supposedly started with the Seminole Indians in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Was influenced by the slaves there as well. Plantation owners had a dance they called the kickwalk, and slaves would walk down these in between 2 groups of folk, and then at the end, the winner would get a cake. It evolved into the Lindy Hop in the 20s. Swing sort of Lindy Hop, throwing over your shoulder and such. And then it moved on from there to Jitterbug. And then in the 80s, hand dancing became very popular in Washington. In 1993, the Smithsonian recognized it as an American art form.
Wow.
And in 1999, the D.C. City Council made it the dance of the city.
That's
so
fantastic.
hand dancing is D.C.'s dance.
It's D.C.'s dance. So how was it a way of life, though? That was referenced in the piece. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, people, I think, who go hand dancing, they have a chance to socialize, relax off their job, you know, connect with other people. It's healthy, it's fun. For a lot of folks, it is a way of life.
And it's a great pastime.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Sure.
It was a really fun piece to watch.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your time. Thank you.
Yep.
Hand dancing is sensual and stimulating and comes out of a rich history of cultures and celebrations. We appreciate learning more about hand dancing and seeing its evolution as a dance for old schoolers and newcomers alike. For more information about hand dancing in Washington, D.C., visit smootherthansmooth.com.